I've just been validated by Shawn. Hear me out. In one of his posts on the Telegram, he's talking about something that's, I would say, is kind of controversial in the matter of giving advice. And he says that you should not be giving advice about anyone's trading approach unless you yourself has been profitable for 6 or plus months and can prove it in some way. Documented live trading is the best because the only results can't be fabricated. So he's saying if you have been profitable 6 plus months, you should be able to give advice, or you can give advice. And I have been profitable. You can go back through all my Telegram and see all of my trades that I've called there. It is linked to my Google Sheets journal where I have tracked all that there. And for the past year and a half or so, I've been profitable. So I think I'm uniquely qualified, at least by Shawn's standards, to give advice and to comment on somebody's trading approach. I've done it from a little bit different standpoint, at least recently, because I'm doing it while working a 9 to 5. Nick teaches from he's a full-time trader, so he started out early, young, or back in the day, 8 years ago, when he really dedicated himself to it. But I've also been able to show, at least right now, how it's been working with a 9 to 5 job. Now, understand, there are those who can teach but can't do, and then there's who can do and can't teach. And there's a really, really small sliver of people who can do and teach successfully. So I've proven to myself that I can do. The question is, can I teach? And I think the answer is no. In this aspect, in this journey, in this career path, whatever you want to call it, I believe the teaching doesn't fall on me. The teaching is more on you and whether or not you're disciplined and structured enough to learn it on your own. Because it's not complicated and it doesn't take much. I mean, you could go to Baby Pips and learn what trading is like, but that's only the knowledge, that's not the application. And so I would find myself more as a mentor / guide. I'm here to look over what you've done and help guide you into the right direction. But that what you've done part is all on you. There's so much that is all on you. But it doesn't take much. Understand, any strategy out there will work, can work for the right person, for the right reasons. If you want to buy a bullish candle 6 a.m. every morning on whatever asset and do that, if you do that enough, you're going to see consistencies. You're going to start getting a feeling for when it's going to work and when it's not. And when you start using that experience to place your trades, then you'll find your way to profitability. But all that work is on you, and you just might need somebody to guide you and point something out and go, hey, did you notice this? Like, I've looked over all your trades, and you start seeing things repetitively and you miss the small stuff because your eyes have tuned it out, your brain has ignored it. But that's where a mentor or a somebody who's guiding you could help you in that situation. And so that's really all I'm here for. That's all I've opened up. The Telegram is more for me to just be 100% transparent and accountable to myself. I'll post it out there, my trade, what I'm doing, and then I follow it up later on with how it actually responded. And so that does 2 things for me. Number 1, it gives me a quick visual because Telegram won't go ahead and pop up the screen so I can actually see it without actually having to go through my trading journal and individually click each screen. I get to see it there. And then number 2, for those that are on there and actually in Discord, sometimes they'll ask questions about it. They'll be like, well, why'd you do that? Why'd you close here? And then I'll be able to explain why. And sometimes I've been called out to myself, and it's like, the reason I closed is because I was afraid. There wasn't any valid reason on the chart. I was afraid on why I closed that trade. I was afraid it was going to go against me. And so, it calls me out for myself so that I can actually acknowledge the emotions that I'm having, the thoughts that I'm having, and start keeping myself accountable to make sure I'm making the right trading decision based upon what's on the chart, not how I feel about that trade, whether I'm afraid or whether I'm greedy and want more, or whether I'm got into a trade because everybody else is out there taking trades and I haven't taken one all week and I just don't want to miss out on anything. And so those are like the three things that you got to watch out for in regards to your emotions. And so any trade will work, or any strategy will work. I've come up with 3 steps really in order to help get into making trading simple. These are the 3 steps that I come to the charts with. This is the day strategy that I've re-acronymed or whatever. It's the DAE. You're looking for the direction, you're looking for the area of interest, and you're looking for the entry. Much as I can tell, just about every strategy can boil down to those 3 steps. If you're trading trend lines, if it's in an uptrend and you're waiting for the market to come back to your trend line, your direction's up. Cool, we got the D done. A is the trend line area. That's your area of interest. Okay, cool. E is your entry. Now, whether or not you just take an entry or whether or not you're specifically looking for specific candles, whatever, you just take that entry. Doing that repetitively over and over again, journaling it, reviewing it, things of that nature, that's what's going to help get your mind to see what is working and what not. Yes, I'm looking for this particular pattern, but on the times that I've just taken the trade as an entry, they work out just as well. Okay, well, guess what? Stop looking for the particular pattern. Just take the trade. Vice versa. The times that I just take the trade based upon the fact that I hit the 3 steps hit, it only really works when I get this pattern, or it only really works where the candle structure starts looking like this. Okay, well, now you figure that out. The only way to do that, though, is to do it. And so, like, the onus is all on you. So Nick does a great job. I absolutely love Nick. Will continue following him regardless of how much my strategy completely and totally veers away from him. And he's doing crazy stuff right now. He's talking about, because I mean, if you follow his trades now, he's trading based upon his own experience, which he does a phenomenal job on that. I don't have that experience. A lot of people don't have that experience. Oh my goodness, stop notification. I turned on Do Not Disturb and it's not supposed to disturb me. A lot of people don't have that experience. And so I'm going along the lines that the advice that he gave me is make it simple, take the time for yourself to learn it, and then come back to somebody and have somebody help you along the way. If you already haven't, who knows, in that 30, 60 days that you take to find yourself and your own trading style, you can come out the rear end of that profitable, and then you don't need anybody. Then what you really need to do is make sure you can learn how to disconnect from everybody else's trading style. That is the next step you'd have to learn. It's something that I had to go through when I took my 30-day stint away from everybody else and just focused on myself and became really, really comfortable in how I trade and became really, really successful in regards to my profitability and moving away from small losses to break even to just, okay, yeah, now I can maintain profitability. That was a huge thing because there'd be times where I was trading something and I wouldn't get a trade almost a week and a half. And here is all the other groups that I had been following. You know, you got people left and right posting their trades, and it's like, why don't I have a trade? What am I missing? These are things that you got to go through. These are things you just got to get involved in. So I would say start with something. Pick something and go with it. If you are completely new to trading, go to Baby Pips, go through the kindergarten, the preschool academy, whatever, the high school, college, I don't know what they call it. Go through their little training, get the high level understanding of how trading works. Try not to dig too much into the weeds. Race car drivers don't have to learn how the transmission works and how the engine works in order to be really good race car drivers. You don't have to know the complete ins and outs of trading in order to be a good trader. You do have to do some work, and that's usually where it starts. having a mindset of understanding this is a learning process, and so you're going to stumble and fail. And then also having the mindset this is more of a marathon than it is a sprint. You're not going to, the likelihood of you getting successful right off the rip and making a whole lot of money right off the rip is very, very, very low. It's already low to begin with that you'd be successful. The idea of making it being really, really successful is like, you better luck probably playing the lottery. So get started with that. And then when you've dedicated some time and you have, make sure you journal all this stuff, keep track of all this stuff. That way you can come to somebody like Nick. You can come to somebody like, they're Tori, Rocks, Steven. Like, there's so many trading mentors out there that you can have your pick. You can pick any one of them. But the idea is they need something, they're gonna need something to work with. You got to have some understanding, because they're not going to hold your hand all the way through it. This is not a holding hand career field. This is you need to, boot up your own shoelaces and get out there and get stuff done, and then come back and be like, okay, how can I make this better? Got to have something to start with so they can make it better. And from the start, I think that's pretty much all I've seen. Is just about every mentor and guru out there is gets you to have some little understanding of, or wants you to have some understanding of something before just coming into this. So go ahead and do that. It's not that hard. It does take time though. So I encourage you, take the time and learn this. Until next time, have a great day.